Welcome to GameFights, the show on the internet where two gamers argue over their favorite games, and you get to decide who wins by voting in the comments. I'm your host, JoPro, and this is GameFights. In episode 2, it's the battle of Nintendo's most loved couch multiplayer games. Introducing the challenger, Rocket Man Olsen, fighting for the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, versus your host, JoPro, fighting for the Mario Kart series. Ready or not, it's time to fight. Hey everybody, I'm JoPro, and I'm joined once again by Mr. Rocket Man Olsen himself. Say hi to everybody.
Hi. I know you thought it was over, but it's not. I'm back.
You were hoping he wouldn't be back, but he's back. And today we're doing another game fight. It is on the two best multiplayer game series on Nintendo consoles. We're talking Mario Kart as a franchise versus Super Smash Bros. As a franchise, and specifically we're going to focus in on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate versus Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We're going to focus in on the Switch games, but truly we're going to contrast the entire franchises for both series against each other and decide which is the best multiplayer Nintendo franchise. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, I've already got the winning side, so...
I have the winning side, my friend. It is indeed, of course, it is Mario Kart.
What?
It's Mario Kart. Mario Kart is the best of these. Really, truly, Nintendo Land might be better than both, but that is not in our debate today, so Monita be damned.
Yeah! I gotta say, we should really discuss Nintendo Land more often. I love that game.
That would definitely beat both. But so getting started, once again, just like last week, if you saw the episode with the Zelda games, I love Smash Brothers, I love Mario Kart. Rocket Man also loves both of these franchises, but we have to take sides, like parents going through a bunch of stuff with their kids.
Oh no!
Indeed, I am choosing the side of my favorite person, Mario Kart, and Rocket Man is gonna have to show his allegiance and loyalty to Super Smash Brothers, right?
Yeah, I have the star athlete that's more likely to get a job in the pros.
And I have the family man. I have the family man who wants to provide for his children.
Yeah, while playing obnoxious jazz music. Oh, I better save that point for later.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's going to beat all of your points, my friend.
Oh my gosh.
So
no, it's
I will save that for later. You're right. Okay, so anyways, let's get started before we waste any more time. We're already over 2 minutes in. So, wow, I don't even know where to start with these games. Mario Kart, I'm just going to summarize my thoughts on why Mario Kart is better right off the bat. Mario Kart has an amazing soundtrack, orchestrated jazz music in the case of Mario Kart 8. In the case of Double Dash, it's more of zany, cartoony Mario type music. It has amazing music, and Smash Brothers does too, from tons of artists, but I really love that the Mario Kart music all in each game has a central theme, and it kind of works around that theme or that type of music. In the case of Mario Kart 8, it's jazzy music. And then the graphics and just the overall track design in Mario Kart is so huge, and especially Mario Kart 8, every little detail in the background is 3D animated and rendered, and it's so beautiful, whereas Smash is basically a 2D platformer where you can also punch people. And don't get me wrong, like the combat and gameplay in Smash is super tight, but Mario Kart's controls are also extremely well refined, and there's so many great tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Double Dash is one of my favorite multiplayer games of all time. And Mario Kart overall, I feel like it's a better couch multiplayer game because everyone can join in, and there doesn't really need to be a skill level. It doesn't matter as much as in Smash, whereas if you and I play Smash, you're going to beat me 90% of the time. If we play Mario Kart, it's going to be more 50-50, and that goes with everybody. Mario Kart's going to have a lot better couch multiplayer because of that.
I don't know about us being so evenly matched in Mario Kart. I think I would burn you for the most part.
No, I'd burn you like rubber on a road, my friend.
Okay.
All right, so what do you have to say? What is your overall opinion on why Smash Brothers is so much better?
Yeah, well, Smash Brothers has basically been like the poster child for Nintendo as of late when it comes to selling units.
Well, you are the poster child for idiot opinions.
Oh, wow, you got me. But it's really interesting because Super Smash Brothers always sells incredibly well. And I've talked to a lot of people and I've seen a lot of opinions.
Mario Kart sells way better. It is the best-selling game on almost every Nintendo console.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is I don't really hear a lot of people buying a Nintendo Switch for Mario Kart, but I've heard a lot of people say they're buying it for Super Smash Brothers.
Did you remember when a lot of people bought a Wii for Mario Kart Wii?
No.
And a lot of people bought a Wii U for Mario Kart 8. It is the best-selling game on the console.
Yeah, but people also bought a Wii for Super Smash Bros. Brawl as well.
Yep.
Let's see. But, yeah, I mean, there should be more to my argument.
Yeah, your argument right now is, well, people like Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
There's a select group of people that do like the game, JoPro, so
yeah.
therefore it is better.
But on top of that, I think that the I feel like, and also first off, the reason that Mario Kart 8 did so much better on Wii U in my opinion is because Super Smash Bros. Was also being offered on 3DS. So for those of who were looking for Super Smash Bros., looked at 3DS as basically the same thing, and their sales went there. But also, Super Smash Bros., I really like it. It's a very addictive fighting game, and it, you know, just like, here's the thing. Here's what separates Smash Bros. From Mario Kart 8, or Mario Kart in general, is something. It's about items and it's about skill. So here's the thing: is with Smash Bros. You can always take away items and still have a unique experience. But with Mario Kart 8, once you take out the items, you're just playing a regular racing game with Mario characters and colorful Mario worlds. There's nothing that really keeps that thrill going. So if you get a solid lead on someone and you're just taking off, there's nothing that brings them back into the match. However, with Super Smash Bros., if someone takes the lead, you can always get like a really solid combo or do something to finish them really quickly to put you back in the game. So I think it's really interesting when you take away the item portion of these games, one is still left with a lot more depth than another game. And on top of that, I think the designs are beautiful. I think you can look at just about every console that Smash has been on and declare that Smash has the best graphics of every Nintendo game. But don't get me wrong, Mario Kart 8 is a beautiful game, but you just look at all the fine details and the characters and all their artwork, and everything is just handled with so much care. I mean, even looking at the cutscenes of
now. Yeah, I will give you that Smash has more depth. So as far as what you were saying, like with the gameplay, with the combat, yeah, if you're just racing without items and you're just fighting without items, you're probably going to have more fun in Smash Brothers. There is more depth to the mechanics and stuff, because Mario Kart is, at the end of the day, just a kart racer. So really, how much depth are you going to get? As far as the graphics, yeah, let's jump into that as our first main topic, the visuals. And so ranging across all of the games, my opinion is that Mario Kart pretty much always has looked better. Specifically, let's look at the 3DS. Mario Kart 7, super detailed. The 3D does it, lends to it very well, whereas Smash Brothers for 3DS has those ugly outlines, and it's just very grainy looking and doesn't look very good. And then if we jump to the GameCube games, I feel like, once again, Double Dash, a lot more detailed environments and worlds, whereas Melee looks a little bit dated. And then if you jump all the way up to the Switch and the Wii U era, you have Mario Kart 8 compared with Smash Ultimate and Smash 4, and I feel like, once again, Smash Ultimate is beautiful. You're right, the pre-rendered cutscenes look good. Mario Kart, you know, if it had pre-rendered cutscenes for a story, would probably also look good. But if you're looking at the actual track, you know, they're both running very well. They're both very detailed. But Mario Kart has, you know, hundreds of like toads in the background on Royal Raceway, and it's got all these 3D rendered trees and environments and blades of grass. And then Smash Brothers, each stage is, you know, you're looking at it from the same side most of the time, and it is what it is. It's as good, it looks as good as it possibly can for what it is, but Mario Kart is a three-dimensional game, and Smash is rendered in 3D, but Mario Kart really takes advantage of that to a further extent.
See, but here's where I disagree. I think Melee looks significantly better than Mario Kart Double Dash. I think Mario Kart Double Dash looks good, but you look at like the textures on all the characters and the definition of them, Melee still looks like a very good game even to this day. And then you had Mario Kart Wii with that really gross looking lens flare, and like everyone's hands are all blocky. But then Brawl has some great like textures, and I mean, I keep saying textures, but you know, like all the models look really well done and accurate to their portrayals. And then in Wii U, I think that just looks, I'll say it's really close between Wii U and Mario Kart 8. But then Deluxe didn't really change up its style, and I feel like Smash Ultimate just added a little bit more to make it look a little bit nicer.
Well, side note is that Mario Kart Wii sucks and shouldn't even be included in this video.
Okay, well here,
I'll make a deal with you
right now. If you take out, I'll take out Smash Bros. Brawl, and you take out Mario Kart Wii, and we'll just pretend that they don't exist.
They kind of even themselves out as the worst in the franchise, so... Yeah, well, pretty much. Mario Kart Wii doesn't look very good, doesn't sound very good, and the tracks aren't very good. And Brawl
just gets too gritty and...
Yeah, not good. So we won't talk about those much anymore after this. So let's move into the sound, the audio, the music. This is a big one. You know, I love Ultimate's... I love the entire soundtrack of all the Smash games. Like, the menu theme in Melee is so good, and some of the... I can't even think of the word. What do they call it? Like redoing the music.
Remixes?
Like, yeah, some of the remixes in Ultimate and all the other games is really good. Like King K. Rool's music, which, Gangplank.
Galleon.
Gosh, I'm having so much trouble thinking of anything. Thank you. It's so good. It's so good. But you go into Mario Kart and, like, I know how you feel about some of the music in Mario Kart, so you can't act like it's not good. So
right.
I am going to play you a sample, though, real quick, and then you guys can hear it in the video as well. This is from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the end credits music.
Okay, yeah, that's very jazzy. It's a very fun song, very upbeat.
It's really nice, and listen to the instrumentation at the end. That live instrumentation is amazing, and there's no sound that's as pure in Smash Brothers as some of those sounds there at the end of that song, in my opinion.
I mean, I would put up a Smash Brothers song. It's just, you know, it's all so iconic. That's something that I think Smash has over Mario Kart 8 is that, or just Mario Kart in general, is there's so many more iconic tracks to it, and that's because they have the advantage of being able to use all of these iconic franchises' music tracks and remix them to make them sound even better. Okay, actually no, we're gonna listen to a little clip of it. I'm gonna send you one.
Well, I also have an iconic clip for you, since you say that Mario Kart doesn't have iconic music.
Okay.
Then could you please click into Rainbow Road from Mario Kart Double Dash and have a little listen, huh?
I know what it sounds like. It sounds great. All right. Okay. hang on though, fella. Let me find the part I'm looking for in this song real quick.
This episode is gonna turn into showing each other our favorite music from our favorite games, the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, I've had enough.
Yeah, you've got like that delicious build-up that just turns...
No, I get it. That's a great tune. It's a great remix. But here's the thing. Most of Melee's music was orchestrated, and that was incredible. I'll give you, Melee's music is probably better than most of the other games in the franchise, but Mario Kart 8's music is orchestrated, and most of Smash Ultimate's music is not. What you just played me, I'm pretty sure, is MIDI performance, and it's not even live orchestration.
Did you not hear the guitars in the background and the strings playing? That was totally orchestrated.
There might be some sampling in there, but I've read online extensively that most of Ultimate's music now is not orchestrated. Of course, it is including themes from Melee and other games that is orchestrated, but like what I'm saying is you can't say Ultimate has better music necessarily just because it's including all the music from the games before. Like, I don't know. I mean, of course it's gonna have better music. It has thousands of music tracks,
Right.
but I don't know.
Okay, well then listen to literally like all of the title themes, the end themes. They're all just so good.
Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of, I think music is one we're not going to be able to win on because both games have like 10 out of 10 music.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 soundtracks.
It's
Both
almost like you're
franchises
fighting
have-
different cases at this point.
Exactly. So it just comes down to your personal tastes as for you guys voting in the comments because I like both, and so it's really not something I even want to argue at this point
Yeah,
because I
same.
love both soundtracks.
I can agree that like it's gonna be a standstill. I don't think either.
I
of
mean,
us are
I
gonna
played
win.
you the Rainbow Road Double Dash music, which is probably better than any Mario Kart theme or Smash Brothers theme. So it's like it is what it is. We'll just call these a tie on music.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take that.
But at least my game wins on everything else.
What are you
So
talking
let's
about?
get into let's see. Let's talk about single player. This is one where I'm just going to say you probably get the point on. Smash Brothers does have classic mode. In Melee, it has a great adventure mode. You got Subspace Emissary and Brawl, which is, you know, hit or miss. There's good things about it, bad things about it. Smash 4 doesn't have a whole lot, and then Ultimate does have World of Light, which I don't like World of Light, but still, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has nothing as far as pure single-player experiences go besides Grand Prix, so I would say that Smash does probably have me on single-player content, but do you want to add anything to that?
I mean, I appreciate you arguing my point for me.
No problem, buddy.
Thank you. Not to mention like the event modes in the other games, the stadium
Definitely.
modes. Yeah, there's so many different
Yeah,
variations.
Mario
of them.
Kart DS does have a great mission mode, but I don't think that on its own can beat
Oh, I know. They
Smash.
should have brought back missions, in my opinion.
Yeah, then maybe I'd have more of a case here. But, so yeah, you win single player, sure, but these are multiplayer games, and so that doesn't matter so much because if you talk about local multiplayer and online, Mario Kart wins both.
How?
And if you respect my honesty talking about single player, you should respect my honesty with this, and let's just move on.
Okay. No. We're gonna talk
Okay,
about this.
so let's talk about the easy one first. Online. Online's a lot easier for me to succeed in proving my point. Ultimates online is laggy. It doesn't always input very well. There's input lag and there's lots of lag. Whereas if you play Mario Kart, you're playing with 12 people online, well, including yourself, so 11 other people, and it's pretty much fine. Like, there's never any problems. It can run much smoother. The frame rate's better. There's less lag. And then even if you go back further, Brawl's online was unplayable, and Mario Kart Wii's actually worked. I mean, as bad as the game was, and we decided not to talk about it, that's a great point, as you couldn't even play Brawl online, but Wii worked pretty well. And then same on the Wii U, Mario Kart 8 played better than Smash 4, and then same on the 3DS, Mario Kart 7's online played pretty well, whereas Smash 3DS online was not very good.
Okay, yeah, I don't got anything for that.
Yeah, so ultimately, no pun intended, I would say Smash easily wins in single player, but Mario Kart has always had the better online infrastructure.
Yeah, but you want to talk about local multiplayer and how
So that's where it all comes down to. The online and the single player balance each other out. Clearly, one is better than the other in both of those categories, but the local multiplayer is what really matters here in these games. It is their brownie with ice cream on top. It is what everybody comes to get. And so, yeah, that's what we got to decide. Which one's better? The graphics, the music pretty much balance each other out. Everything about these games balance each other out. But which one is the better couch multiplayer? And that is what we got to decide right now.
since I'm such a nice guy, I'll go first and let you get the last word in on this topic. So here's my case for why Smash is the best local multiplayer game. First off, 12 people and local. Mario Kart 8, yes, you can, or not 12. Wait, what the? Cut that. 8 people.
Oh, mamma mia.
You get 8 people in local multiplayer. You got 8 people that can all get together and beat the ever-living crap out of each other. Yeah, you can do 8 people in Mario Kart, but it has to be online. You can't do it locally. You can only go up to 4 players. And something tells me that has to possibly do with maybe some sort of frame rate stuff. I don't know. But the fact that you get 8 players all together is fantastic. And something that I feel like really balances a good couch multiplayer game is how is how balanced it can be. And Smash can get like stupid out of hand. But what's great is all it takes is one person to say, hey, so-and-so has another life, and we all are at, like, 1. And then everyone literally just teams up and beats the ever-living crap out of the one guy, and it's hilarious. On top of that, there are significantly more stages than in Mario Kart to choose from. You can listen to whatever preferred music track you want to listen to, which, you know, each stage has multiple music tracks. There's so many different characters that make for so many different matchups. You can do team mode, you can do time, which I don't know why you'd ever play time mode. You can do stamina mode. There's just so many different options and ways to shake up whatever match you're looking for that I feel like the possibilities to having a fun time with friends in Smash Brothers are basically endless.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I will give you, I think that Smash has much better options. So for example, you can decide which items are on, which ones are off. You can figure out everything you want to do with the rule set. Whereas Mario Kart is way too structured and conservative in that regard. Like there's not a whole lot of options that you can set. And so it's kind of like, hey, you just play the race and you can choose like the speed of the engine and you know, different item classes, but you can't really set
I'll give it to Mario Kart that the car customization definitely added more variety to it.
It's funny because I don't even like that.
Yeah,
but hey, I mean that's cool. But I don't know. Like if I want to play one of the games, like depending on my group of friends, maybe I'd play Smash Brothers or maybe I'd play Mario Kart. It is great that in Smash Ultimate and Smash 4 you can have 8-player Smash, but would you really want 8-player split screen on Mario Kart? Like it would be terrible. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure if you do play locally on your Switch, each person with their own Switch, I thought you could play with more than 4 people. If you were each playing on your own console nearby.
Yeah, but that requires multiple consoles. Smash only requires one Nintendo Switch.
Right, but, I mean, what do you expect? Like I said, you can't have 8-player split screen, so there's really no better way to do that. But it's just, I don't know, like the final stretch of a race, if you have 2 or 3 friends that you're racing with that are neck and neck and you're going for that finish line, that is so intense just to try to get that edge and get right in front of another player on that home stretch. It is so exciting. And then with Smash, yeah, there's also really good endings and finishes when you manage to kill someone that's your best friend, but it's just, to me, it's not as exciting. It's not as monumental event when you finally kill somebody because you're killing people constantly in that game. You're constantly getting KOs.
Like
but in Mario Kart, if you can just push through, if you can just finish on Rainbow Road ahead of that other person, if it all comes down to Rainbow Road and Mario Kart Double Dash, and you manage to get that win, first place over your friend who just barely gets second place, that is a feeling that is so exciting and successful, and I love it.
Yeah, but...
And I don't know, I just like that feeling in Mario Kart more.
How often has it happened to you? Because I can only recall like a handful of moments I've like barely inked out a win against someone. But like in Smash, I have so many stories where it was like last stock, last hit, we were down to the wire, we were fighting it out, and then I barely pull off on top of something.
But can we talk about accessibility too? Mario Kart overall is going to be more accessible for more players. When I have friends over, sometimes we put on Smash Brothers, and some of the people that aren't really gamers, like they don't know what's going on, they walk off the edge and fall the whole time. They don't know how to recover, they don't know any of the moves, and they get confused and think it's a button masher when really it's not. They think they need to know the combos when they don't, but that's just their expectation. That's how they feel the game's set up. Whereas Mario Kart, anybody can just turn it on and like they just play and they like it. Like they don't have much of a learning curve, and so it's really better. Mario Kart is a better couch multiplayer because everybody can play.
Yeah, but you're still gonna beat the ever-living crap out of them just as badly as you would in Smash Brothers because they're not gonna understand how to drift. They're gonna try to drive off the road unless they put on baby mode antenna. You're gonna like lap them 2 times before they even get close to finishing their first lap. Just because they're not dying off of the stage doesn't mean that you're not beating them into oblivion.
Okay, but Mario Kart 8 has 200cc. What does Smash have?
What does Smash have? Smash doesn't need different class cups.
And Ultimate doesn't even have break the targets. It doesn't even have a lot of other stuff.
Mario Kart doesn't have break the targets. Just because it doesn't have break the targets doesn't give you
But I mean, the Ultimate has started to reduce in the amount of content since Melee. Melee and Brawl had more content than the other games. Now we've lost Home Run Contest, we've lost Break the Targets, we've lost so much of what Smash Brothers used to have.
But they got replaced. They just got replaced with like the Spirit stuff.
Yeah, but that's not that great.
Mario Kart, to me, makes me believe that they weren't even really utilizing the disc in Wii U, since later they would be able to go on and slip in a battle mode, you know, and the DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that does, the battle mode in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe finally improves on what the Mario Kart 8 had been. But I don't know, we're talking also about the Switch games a little bit too much, and so I want to look at the bigger picture again. Right. This is the Mario Kart franchise versus the Smash Brothers franchise. So let's go through game by game, generation by generation, and decide which one is the best together, and see if we can do it that way, because we're kind of still at a stalemate. And whereas, you know, last week with the Zelda games, clearly I won, and Ocarina is hands down better. We're still on that, by the way.
Okay.
I'm bringing up old blood, bad blood.
All right, we haven't even seen how the episode did yet by the time we're recording this. So.
Just so you guys know, we are recording this before that first episode airs, so not sure how that's gonna do, but we'll see. So let's talk about the Super Nintendo. Super Mario Kart was an okay game, and Smash Brothers was non-existent. So that's 1 point for Mario Kart. The Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo was better than the Smash Brothers. You heard it here first. Confirmed.
I hate this.
Can you agree with this statement? 1 point.
You know what? Whatever. 1 point.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think because Mario Kart's older, it deserves a little extra because it did it before Smash Brothers even thought to do it.
You can't have an old guy fight a guy in his 20s without at least giving him a walker to keep him balanced.
Sure, I'll take it, whatever. Okay, so Nintendo 64, Smash Brothers 64 has not aged the best, and originally it was kind of released as a bargain title. It wasn't meant to be a big deal, and it ended up being a bigger deal than people thought, and so they capitalized it on Melee. But Mario Kart 64 was meant to be like the sequel of a lifetime. It was revolutionary, and I don't even like it that much. The controls are pretty bad, but it's still better than Smash 64. You can agree, correct?
No, I can't agree on that. I can't agree on that. You look me in the face and you tell me if you can find a prominent Mario Kart 64 competitive scene. Smash 64 is still being played at a competitive level to this day. There's still a bunch
but who cares? Most people don't play it.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. It's still big enough of a game to still have an audience watching people play it at a competitive level. On top of that, I can name other games that I think are better than Mario Kart 64 in the racing category. Diddy Kong Racing, for example. You can't find another platforming fighter like that beats Smash 64 in that era. You know, heck, I would say I even like Lego Racers more than I like Mario Kart 64.
Whatever. But that's a newer game. But
Lego Racers came out on N64.
Okay.
Smash 64 gets the point.
I get it. But Mario Kart 64, it brought so many great tracks like Royal Raceway into the thing. It made an amazing Bowser's Castle and stuff. And Smash 64 had some great stages like Hyrule Castle, but for the most part, they were just kind of piecemealed together. I mean, you saw my top Smash Brothers stages. The Peach's Castle one's pretty bad. A lot of them weren't even included in Ultimate, like the Star Fox one and the Metroid one. So,
well, they couldn't have the Star Fox one because they technically already did that with Melee. They just shrunk down the stage and then called it something else.
Well, it's still different. We're just still running in circles here. So ultimately, yes, Mario Kart 64 I still think is going to be a better, more ambitious game than Smash 64. But let's move on to...
Oh, I mean, if you like playing pseudo 3D games, yeah.
Let's move on to GameCube. Probably the best, well, not the best, but my favorite Mario Kart and your favorite Mario Kart is Mario Kart Double Dash.
Right.
So it's up against Smash Brothers Melee, which is also one of your favorite Smash Brothers games, and maybe, probably after Ultimate and Smash 4, it's my favorite too. So which one do you think comes out on top here?
Melee comes out on top. I hate doing this to Double Dash. I really do love the game, but you've got so many different game modes in Melee. You have a really fun adventure mode that doesn't really even need a story, but it just takes you through like all these fun, iconic Nintendo worlds. The mechanics of the game are so in depth that it has, it's given longevity to its competitive scene, which I know I'm bringing up competitive again, but I don't know if I've ever seen like a Mario Kart Double Dash competitive community. If anything, all these Mario Kart competitive communities are underground, but Melee, it's such a huge game that it basically forced Nintendo to start sponsoring competitive events because of it, and there's it's still being watched and it's still being played and people are still trying to master it and get a handle for it, and they're learning so many new things about it.
So your point is Smash Melee has more of a competitive scene than Mario Kart Double Dash, therefore it is better. It sounds like that's what you're saying, but I kind of like, I don't know, I think Smash Melee is too competitive.
But also there's
it's too hard to get into. Like, for a lot of players of the other Smash games, when they go back and play Melee, they're like, wow, this is rough. Like, it's just moving around too fast, and a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I mean,
but a lot of people don't.
Well, I mean, you could probably say the same for Double Dash. Double Dash has a very, in terms of Mario Kart games, Double Dash has a very fast and I won't say clunky, but it's definitely, there's something about it that's, I would say like a more of a fast and loose kind of race style and then the newer Mario Kart games, and I felt like if someone played Double Dash, they'd probably want to go back to Mario Kart 8 as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Double Dash is so good. One of my absolute favorite games, as you know, and one of yours too, but I do love Melee. I think it has probably the best stage selection of the entire series. The original stages in that game are fantastic, but Mario Kart also has some of the best tracks, and these are pretty even. For me, I just like Mario Kart more, so I would choose it, but overall, objectively...
Yeah, I would give Melee barely more of an edge.
Okay, so Mario Kart clearly wins on Super Nintendo. They're pretty even on 64. They're pretty even on GameCube.
No, Smash 164.
Okay, and then on the Wii, we agreed not to talk about it because they're pretty even. Which, I'd say they're even. I'd even say that Brawl is better. Yeah, no, I would say Brawl is better than Mario Kart Wii because at least it had Subspace Emissaries cutscenes and it was just kind of fun to mess around with. Whereas like Mario Kart Wii is really just kind of bad. Like, I played it recently and I had no fun with it. I wanted to get the heck away from it. And whereas I would never play Brawl with friends now that newer games are out, at least if I did play it, I wouldn't be like, this is miserable. Like, it's okay. So I don't know if you'll, I'll say that Brawl's a little better. I'll admit that if, we'll agree that N64 games are kind of even and not so much that Mario Kart 64 is winning.
No. I already told you I'm not counting Brawl and Mario Kart Wii. We're
okay, sure. We won't count that as your win then, and we'll move on to the 3DS. Wow, this one is lopsided if there's ever been one. So,
what about the Game Boy Advance? You want to talk about the Game Boy Advance?
Oh, yeah.
What about the DS?
Yeah, the Mario Kart on DS
there you go.
And Mario Kart on Game Boy
Advance. Just
Advance.
chalk up 2 more points.
Yeah.
Because it's been on more systems.
Yeah, that's 2 extra points for me. I forgot about that. The Smash Brothers on those games suck.
Yeah, because they don't exist.
Well, maybe Smash should just get better, huh?
You try to play Super Smash Brothers on a Game Boy Advance, and you tell me how that works out for you.
Okay, well, you try to play it on a 3DS, and you'll find out that Mario Kart runs a lot better and looks a lot better than Smash Brothers on 3DS. Who plays Smash on 3DS still?
I used to.
Not since Ultimate's been out.
Smash
Why would anyone?
3DS was basically just a way to hold you over until Smash for Wii U came out.
That sucks. They released a game just to get you to double dip, and then basically you triple dipped because Ultimate has everything Smash 4 has. So you bought 3 versions of a similar type of setup game.
Yeah, but Ultimate's mechanics are so different. You can't say I triple dipped.
Okay, well, you at least double dipped. You only got Smash 3DS while you waited.
This is the guy who buys Mario Kart 8 and the DLC and then buys Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Well, you're right about
That's what I thought.
But that's just double
for the
dipping.
fancy new battle mode.
Okay, but still, Mario Kart 7 obviously better than Mario Kart than Smash Brothers 3DS. You haven't even actually refuted that because you know that's true. Mario Kart 7 is one of the best Mario Kart.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything against that. I think I think that Mario Kart 7 is a superior game.
Thank you. And then going on to Wii U, we have already talked about this. The Wii U games and the Switch games, pretty even. Depending on your own personal opinion, you'll prefer one over the other. So let's get towards our conclusion here. I'll go ahead and start off. I will say once again, I really love both franchises. If I was going to like pop in one and play online, I'd play Mario Kart. If I was going to play on my own single player, I'd play Smash Brothers for the most part, or I'd play Mario Kart Double Dash and just do the all cup and play all the courses. But if I had a friend over, it just really comes down to the friend. It comes down to the type of person. Do I play Smash Brothers or do I play Mario Kart? If you were over right now, I would want to play Mario Kart. I'd want to play Mario Kart Double Dash.
Well, yeah, you refuse to play Smash Brothers with me anymore.
Well, it's because I have a little plant friend that you keep beating up and it ticks me off. So,
yeah.
But I mean,
if you guys ever run into JoPro online, just pick Isabelle. You'll get in his head so bad.
Both games are pretty great, and unfortunately, both franchises now have Isabelle in them, which kind of ruins both.
Wonderful.
But I can't. I mean, it's even hard for me to choose which one I like. I knew you would choose Smash Brothers to argue for, so I decided, okay, I'll choose Mario Kart to argue for, and I do like Mario Kart a little bit more, but I really love both and have loyalty to both. So I'm gonna leave this up to you guys to decide in the comments which game franchise is better, which games are better, and then which one of us did a better job arguing on behalf of that game franchise and who won this second game fight. But Rocket Man, you want to finish up and summarize your point of view?
Yeah, no, I feel like they're gonna say you argued your point way better than I argued my point this episode. I did not. I got wrecked.
You're actually admitting
arguing
that.
wise.
But I have a lot more Smash Brothers fans that watch me probably than Mario Kart fans.
Well, but here, yeah. So like, while I didn't present my argument well, I still think that the Smash Brothers franchise itself does a better job of representing itself as a franchise than Mario Kart does.
Mario Kart sold a lot more though. It's a system seller. It's a must-have game.
Okay, yeah, but the reason it was selling more on consoles like the Wii U and the Wii is because they catered toward a much more casual audience. People avoided it like the plague because they were just like, ugh, I ain't gonna get a baby console or whatever. But then you got like the Switch, and I'm pretty sure that Ultimate is. Let's just see. Let's just take a look. Oh dang, nope, you're right. Deluxe currently is at 15 million, while Ultimate is at 12 million.
Yeah, it is catching up. I will admit to that.
I mean, it's about it's a little past yeah, Mario Kart 8's got like a year and some change more than it, so we'll see.
Yep. Alrighty, so that is our debate, that is our argument, that is our Game Fight episode 2. So once again, let us know in the comments how you guys feel and look forward to the next episode. Rocket Man, you want to say bye-bye?
Bye-bye. I don't hate me too much, please.
He failed you, Smash Brothers fans. He failed you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.